Hello everyone, my name is Paben Alam Khan. So today in this week I learn about the database security. The main topics covered were database security measures, authentication and authorization, SQL injection, authentication and authorization in NQL, and integrity constraint. So these all are the main topics identified in this week number 6. So the first one is authentication and authorization. So first I learn about the authentication and authorization. In authentication, verify the identity of a user. For example, a database can require a username and password before allowing a user to log in. And authorization determines what an authenticated user is allowed to do. For example, an administrator may have to uh, permission to read information. So we can manage database across database access using users abuse and grant or revoke permission. So in SQL injection, uh, another important another important topics was SQL injection. SQL injection is a security vulnerability where malicious SQL code can be inserted there through user control input. This can result in sensitive information uh, being exposed or modified. The lecture emphasizes that SQL injection remain an important security vulnerability and can affect even well-known website. For example, if a website directly places user input into an SQL query without safely handling it, an attacker may manipulate the query. So then after therefore application should properly handle uh, user input and use secure database programming practices. So another one is Cipher and MQL. Uh, the lecture covered authentication in Cipher injection, and authentication and authorization in MQL. So it is also discuss JavaScript injection in the context of database security, integrity. So the last one is integrity constraint. Finally, I learned about integrity constraint. Integrity constraint are rules that help maintain valid and consistent data in a database. For example, an employee ID can be made in unique so that two employees cannot have the same ID. In Cipher, constraint can be applied to need and their properties. In MQL, validation rules can apply to documents to control record field and their data types. So the lecture covers integrity constraint for both Cipher graphs database and MQL document database. So in conclusion, this week I learned how database security protects data using authentication, authorization, access control, and highly integrity constraint. I also learned about security threats such as SQL injection, Cipher injection, and JavaScript injection. So these all are the things I have learned in this week. So thank you so much.